Zyzz, aka Aziz Sergeyevich Shevershin's journey is like the stuff of legends. He represents the epitome of what every skinny, overweight or otherwise out of shape guy that's also doing bad in other aspects of life wants to aspire towards. And that is to get out of the shell they built around themselves, be it physically or mentally, to get out of the rut of their everyday routine that they're so livid about, and to achieve something greater, something more. It's like Fight Club. The everyday normal guy has been fed hopes and dreams throughout their childhood of being able to achieve just about anything they set their mind to. When they finally grow up and slowly but surely realize that the way they planned out their life isn't actually going the way they thought, their dreams slowly start becoming pipe dreams, and they get dragged into the rat race routine that so many other people also do. But what if climbing out of the pit is possible? What if by simply doing the number one thing that produces growth within the human body also translates to producing growth in real life as well? What if by simply pushing yourself out of your comfort zone little by little every single day just might actually translate to the first steps needed to better your life? Zyzz's upbringing is fairly average. Throughout school, all the way to near the end of his high school days, Zyz's persona was that of a geeky, skinny nerd who'd spend most of his time playing World of Warcraft, closed off around the four walls of his room. He'd take a lot of flack from his peers for his stature and body, which only contributed more to him closing off around his shell he built for himself. However, as much as he was closed off, part of him also opened up to some of his friends with whom he'd regularly hang out with. Every now and then, when he was outside going to clubs and whatnot, he couldn't help but notice the sort of presence muscular guys had. To him, it was almost like an aura. When a muscular guy was nearby, it's like they had a presence in the room. And seeing as Aziz couldn't relate to that, it only added more to his curiosity. So much so to the point where he decided he finally wanted to emulate that. By the end of his high school days, he was regularly working out at home or at the nearby LA Fitness, slowly but surely cultivating the sort of physique he himself envisioned. As he slowly gained muscle mass, so too did his persona take a turn for the better. The confidence he gained every time he looked in the mirror only added fuel to the fire. For him, it was like a sort of positive feedback loop, and not long after, his alter ego Zyzz was born. For a lot of us, the alter ego Zyzz represents many different things, ranging from frat party boy to a shredded sick gym rat to a ladies boy, you name it. However, for Zyzz, it was sort of like an outlet. Through this outlet, he was embodying the sort of lifestyle he always envisioned for himself. The one where you don't try to take things too seriously due to limited time we have on this earth. And instead, make sure that regardless of the way the cards have been dealt to you, you still make the most out of it. In addition to this, he wanted to emulate the kind of muscular guys he always looked up to, because deep down, at his very core, he's still that insecure skinny kid he always was. This skinny kid, however, has through his own will and determination achieved the vision he set out for himself to achieve. He practically lived more in those 22 years than most people did in their lifetimes. It was by finally breaking out of that shell he built for himself and stepping foot in an environment that was practically alien to him at that time that he managed to grow into the persona that we all came to know, love and respect to this very day. His emulation of the Zyzz alter ego does not have to reflect the exact lifestyle he was portraying on the internet. Instead, it can serve as a way for the average layman to slightly, day by day, piece by piece, step out of the comfort zone they built for themselves and attempt to give life to the dreams and goals he set out for himself, no matter how long ago, and start forging their own destiny. Zyzz himself practically knew he would probably pass before middle age due to the lavish lifestyle he lived. And despite having the self-awareness and clarity, he still chose not to stray away from his path of showing his bodybuilding aspirations and how they changed and shaped his life for the better in essentially every aspect. And that was the true message the Zyzz persona, at least in my opinion, is trying to convey. They say that if you don't take control of your life, someone else will. That if you don't choose your own struggles, someone else is going to burden you with their own. And as such, especially in today's day and age, it is paramount to become the master of your own destiny. And know that no matter the circumstance, no matter if you quote-unquote made it or not, that so long as you keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone towards bettering whatever aspect of your life you set out for yourself, you'll never be branded a loser. Zyzz's life ended too quickly, as the majority would come to agree, regardless of the fact that he deep down knew that the lifestyle was somewhat extreme, but as such you could even make the argument that his death sort of contributed to the immortalization of his Zyzz persona, much similar in the way other famous gifted individuals' death usually do. Be it Kurt Cobain or Tupac or whoever, being taken before your time at the height of your career ironically helps to cement your legacy, as is at that point in time, only adding curiosity and peculiarity to what could have been. Nevertheless, Zyzz's legacy will always shine bright on the horizon of any individual that strives for betterment of himself and those around him, being a compass for whatever obstacle this individual might encounter.